Welcome back. This video will explain how to use the help system within HearFormPRO software. There are a few different ways to be able to use the help support system in HearFormPRO. If you do not see the question mark buttons, please click this button right here and then check the box to show or hide help question mark icons. As you can see, when I check or uncheck that, the question marks show up in a couple of different places behind the scenes there. So I'm going to close that now that I've selected that. And I have a variety of different question mark buttons on the left of these buttons over here, and those icons also appear here. So I'm going to click on this button right here, and I can see that there's a variety of different menus that will pop up. So I'm going to click on how to use the HearFormPRO help system video, which is what you're watching. And on this screen I have some pictures on the left side, the right side, and sometimes on a third area. So I can click on that image once to make it larger, and then once again to put it back to normal. So again, just clicking on the image itself makes it larger. Now normally you're going to have a time here which will show 5 minutes or 15 minutes or 2 minutes or whatever it is. I don't have the time on this particular one here because I'm actually in the process of making the video right now. So you'll see that later. There are also buttons down here at the bottom, so you can quickly email if you have something like Microsoft Outlook or an installed email client. It makes it just a little bit easier to send us a message, and we'll get to you as soon as we can. There's also sometimes a button down here or on either side which will bring you to an area that might be helpful. For example, I highly recommend the video speed controller. It's going to help you to be able to watch these videos much faster. And you'll actually be surprised at how much you can still retain when you watch it at 1.5 speed or 1.7, two times speed. And you can use this throughout all your other videos on YouTube. I think once you start using it, you'll wonder how you ever did without it. So I highly recommend the video speed controller for your browser. If there is a button down here that says additional help, then you can click that. And again, in this case, we don't have the ability to zoom that in any larger. That's as large as that image gets, but you can see some additional text down here. Now the text is not editable, but you can click into the field and copy it if there's any reason that you actually need to paste that somewhere else and build your own kind of help file. Occasionally you'll see something like scroll down for more, and that just means what it says. If you scroll down, you'll see additional information. So again, you can highlight text, copy that, Control-C, and then paste it into another document if desired. So I'm going to go ahead and close this by clicking the close button there. And again, as I scroll through the different areas here, you'll see in this case it's one of the longest videos we have, 24 minutes long. But this is a very important video that explains a significant part of the HearForm home screen. Clicking on the picture makes it larger. Clicking again brings it back to normal size. Again, just clicking on buttons here helps you to navigate very easily and scroll down to see additional help here. So I'll close that. I'll show you another way that you can use help. The help menu at the top allows you, under HearFormPRO help, allows you to click on buttons. For example, if I wanted to look at something under the invoicing module, I can pull it up right from here. And so now I have all these different buttons that are available, and I can click and see that information, see the picture, perhaps read the text. The text isn't real advanced. In other words, there's not a ton of information there because primarily we want you to watch the videos. But on occasion, one of the help modules might help you with just a little bit of text here. So I'll close that there. We also have, as well again, let's just show you on the left side here, clicking that question mark brings up a variety of different buttons where I can click here, make it larger, watch the video, 4 minutes and 14 seconds. Simply by clicking the button, we'll pull up that video, and then you can watch the video, on YouTube. So let's close that and continue with this process. We'll close that, and we also have the ability, let me go back to the help menu here, and scripts menu help. Just another example. There's a lot of buttons in this one because it covers a lot of topics. So there's something like 25 separate buttons to click there, and you'd watch each one as needed. Whereas other ones here, if I click the question mark, there's only a few, maybe just 2 in this case, maybe 1 in other cases, 3 or 4, etc. So if I go to the invoicing module, then in the lower right, I also sometimes have just a button here that will pop up what's relevant for the invoicing area only. And then on occasion you might look under the help menu here and it might only be for that particular area. Let's go back and look at one other example of that under Audiology. When I click here, now I have a question mark there which will pull up information so I can see a little bit more about speech or air conduction, bone conduction, etc. So that will give you a good idea of how to use the help module. We're actually adding to it all the time, so we'll be able to update you with more recent information. There is what I've been showing you, very specific information about HearForm, but there's also help available with keyboard shortcuts, FileMaker Pro Advanced help, and you can see that FileMaker, which is what HearForm runs on top of. HearForm is an elaborate template that runs on top of FileMaker Pro, owned by Apple Computer, and we're just scratching the surface, but there's all kinds of help that's available in here, for example, on finding records, and this really can help you go further than what the HearForm help menu does. So hopefully that will be a good guide for you, and look for updated videos down the road so that you can get the most out of HearForm.